Hey everyone, we're here on Cyrene, and every week that I'm on Cyrene, I try to grab this quest um, for this tree cutting. It gives you a random blueprint. Um, so far, I've gotten two sets of the arc desk and one tool blueprint. I've only been able to complete it 3 times though. Um, but they want you to harvest 10,000 boards, which seems like a lot, but you can actually get up to 10 boards at a time with that level 3 tool. And so it's not as time consuming as you would think if you want it to be. I'm going to be using level 1 tools because we're all about the skill when it comes to this area. Oh, looks like someone's already out here harvesting some trees again. So we're going to be sharing this area. And we're going to put on our tinfoil hat too, just so that we're a little extra fast. And so sometimes I'm trying to get a little bit of the large boards so that we can do another furniture run and see what sort of blueprints we can generate. But you see how we got 3 boards there in a single pull. Um, if you wanted to use this for everything, you would stack up those boards pretty quickly. But I like using these level 1 tools because they're faster, 50% faster than those other tools. So the skills kind of stack up pretty quickly. But I think we're going to have to scoop past this person. They can have those little trees. We're going to scoot up the mountain a little ways. Well, it seems like oh, there's another guy out here. Man, this place is really popular today. Oh, well, that's a huge tree. Whoa. Oh, I accidentally hit it with the low tool. Let's see if we can switch and get a couple of big boards off of it yet. So the reason I like to do these is you get the zoology, the biology, the analysis, all those miscellaneous looting skills, as I like to call them. Um, they're all the ones you don't get from actually hunting. That analysis is a big one. I think it goes like almost 10% into looting, or maybe it's only 4%. So it looks like this place has been kind of cleared out. So we're gonna throw down our cheap vehicle here. See if we can't find a better concentration of trees here. Oh, flip me upside down. Oh, well that was less than ideal. But then it flips right side out as soon as I'm not in it. Interesting. Really does look like this area's been picked kind of clean today. Which is a bummer because this is my favorite area to kind of tree harvest in. And like even all the way out here. Yeah, and there's another person. So there's been 5 people so far that we've come across out here that are just hitting this area up for the trees. Which explains why it's so picked clean. We're gonna skip that. We'll go ahead and get out of this. We're gonna go hit a different area. This place is definitely overpopulated. We're gonna grab our little thing. We'll go to the next teleporter, and we'll teleport out to Risen Island and check it out real fast. And there's a couple other spots I know of that are, well, they're just not as well populated as this one is, obviously. Or maybe they are. Maybe it's just become that popular to do that quest, which is cool. People are finally starting to see the worth of tree cutting, which is super exciting. So I think it is really valuable to a character to do a bunch of this, honestly. So there's some trees all the way both. I wonder if there's trees up here now. Anyway, there's a bunch of mobs out here, so you gotta be careful. And so this is definitely not as popular because of the mobs that kind of roam around here. You have to hop around. But let's see where else I can find some trees out here. We're actually gonna go to the teleporter. Risen Island a lot of times has some trees, so we'll go check there. It's got the maybe a slightly better concentration. than a few of the other areas. Although oh, they were mining. I saw their little mining tool. And it looks like it's kind of been picked over a little bit, so they might have been doing a little of both, mining and tree cutting. Or someone else was out here tree cutting. Those are definitely options as well, but this looks like it's been pretty picked over. I don't want to really waste our time rolling through an area that's not going to have anything for us. And so we're going to go ahead and head out to the next area. And we'll just kind of do a small circuit today. Maybe not even a full round of tree cutting. We'll just kind of go over some of the areas where you can pull down some trees on a typical day. Like I said, it's the first time I've ran into 5 people out there doing rounds, and then we came here. And there's a couple of people, and so maybe Cyrene's finally getting a little popular, which is excellent because it's a really nice uh, planet, honestly. And they've done a lot of improvements for some of the lower level characters. Before it was literally strictly for high level hunters. Oh yeah, see, he's got his tool out. He was doing some tree cutting here. So right, we're gonna go visit some of the lesser known tree cutting areas, so that when the popular areas are getting hit, you can still push your quest forward a little bit. And so because I was in an instance earlier and then we exited, you see that the one tree is green and the other is pink. That's going to indicate which one's harvestable for us. I mean, that only happens in a few of the areas. It doesn't happen up on that Risen Island we were at just at. But down here, where we're going to be hitting, and then where we were hitting up here, it does in those 2 areas for sure. The other areas, like I said, Risen Island, not so much. This stretch here, not so much. We're wanting some of those large boards so that we can do another furniture run, build up those skills a little bit, maybe pop some cool blueprints, who knows. But we'll hit the edge and start working our way in. I see a few harvestable trees in there. And so when all those other areas are too hit up, you can kind of go down the coast a little ways and find trees on this stretch. And you could kind of tell what the number one spot for everyone was, right? That this circle here, and then out onto these islands here. You could tell because we ran into like 5, 6 people. And then on Risen Island, there was a guy that had done some tree harvesting, and then there was the person that was out there doing a little bit of mining because there's a mining specific quest on that island. Well, that's nice. That's a huge tree. We'll grab a few of those boards. But yeah, I would definitely describe this as my number one favorite unrated or underrated activity that people just don't consider because it's just you lose ped the whole way, and they don't think about the quality of the skills they're gaining and how much that would cost them, and what it's bringing to their character. Also, the extra loot and the quality of loot shifts at some point, and they haven't outlined what shifts the quality of the loot. But you definitively move away from getting 80% shrapnel at some point and start getting more and more of the other loots. And so something shifts that mechanistically. But that's about 3% of the quest done in pretty short order. Again, if you wanted to rip through it, you would just get that level 3 or level 4 tool and just churn through. I like the level 3 just because they're repairable. And I think I'm going a little out of order here. We'll go ahead and hit this area in here, and then we'll move down that way. Oh, looks like that tool's broken. I've about broke this level 3 tool here. Yep. So we'll have to repair that before the next time we come out. Well, we got a fair amount of the level 2 boards though. And so you can also tell there's not as many trees in this area, and so you will not burn through the same number of tools on a 1 hour skill pill as we're used to seeing. But it's nice that you can still get some trees harvesting skills if you're like, nah, I'm really set on doing some tree harvesting, and then you run into what we ran into today, where it's like, man, this place is really overcrowded. Oh man, my second favorite spot's also overpopulated. Well, we still got options. See, this guy knows about it too. That ought to bring our weight down a little bit. For a second anyway. Enough we can keep going. Maybe finish breaking this tool real fast. And so doing this is definitely helpful for all three looting professions. Less so for the robot looting, and a little less so for the mutant looting. Um, but it is one of the only ways to move up genetics. There's only a handful of ways. And it's probably the cheapest and the easiest, I would imagine. I'm not sure what all the ways are. I haven't done a lot of research into that. The robot looting, you need electronics and mechanics, which you're not going to get from tree harvesting. You will get it, though, if you go repair on a mothership. Otherwise, you got to manufacture something that's mechanically or electronically inclined. The EP for the mechanics is the easiest, but I think electronics is 7% on the robot looting. It's either 7 or 3 or 4. Um, I forget which skill it replaces on the crossover to the animal looting. I don't do a lot of robot hunting. And so you'd have to make some subcomponents, I would imagine. The widgets or something to build that skill up. And that's going to be extremely costly. So repairing is probably your best bet, or buying the skill. Those are kind of the two cost-effective options you might have. But as you can see, it kind of stretches all the way down this coastline, these trees. We're going to go ahead and wrap up with that tree there, though. Well, maybe this next tree. I just kind of wanted to give an overview of the tree cutting since the really highly densely populated tree area was so overrun by other players. Oh, and then we broke the tool right there, so that's a perfect place to stop. I hope everyone is having an amazing day. I hope these other tree cutting areas help you out if the best area is overrun by too many people. Stay epic.